John Carpenter's Halloween is my favorite horror movie of all time. It's the horror movie that not only got me into slasher movies, but got me into horror movies. And today I rewatched Halloween 2018. I'm going to be re-reviewing this movie, Halloween Kills. And I gotta say, I really didn't like this movie that much. I'm at the point with these slasher movies where I just don't expect a good movie anymore. But I feel like this movie is boring because the actual Michael parts of this movie are fantastic. They feel like if John Carpenter stepped back into the fold and directed the movie himself, the music, is his music once again being used very effectively. At times, the cinematography and the way things are put together and the lighting is really good. Where this movie just falters is it's just boring for every part that's not Michael. It's so cliche and boring. And I think why I enjoyed Kills more than this movie, from memory, I only saw it the one time in theaters. I've been meaning to rewatch it, but I figured I'd just wait till, the day before I go see Halloween Ends, so I can record my video and then go see Halloween Ends the next day and have the video out. And that's where I'm at with this. Is why I enjoy that movie more is it is just what I expect out of this franchise, which is dumb carnage and stuff like that. Also, I feel like that movie adds to the franchise more. This doesn't really add anything in the movie. See, back in the day, for people who are only familiar with the original and the newer Halloween movies, there was a movie called Halloween H2O. Now, that sounds like you're talking about water, but H2O was actually stand for Halloween 20 years later. So it was the same concept of this movie, except it's 20 years later. Well, this movie is not that. This movie is Halloween 40 years later. So you're watching it and you're going, what are you adding to the franchise? Because at this point, we've done the 40 years later. We've done the 20 years, we've done the 20 years later. So this is just that same concept again. It's not an exact remake of that movie, but it just doesn't add anything to the franchise. Sure, Michael and Laurie showdown, which was marketed pretty heavily when this movie was coming out, was cool, but here's the thing, you don't get to see the end to that. You don't get to see the end to Michael or any of that, because of the fact that, well, this is not the final one, and we're supposed to get that Halloween Ends, which hopefully that doesn't disappoint. But when you watch this movie, everything that's not Laurie and Michael is just boring. Allison, that character, which is the boring, a character who has the same name as the boring love interest from Hocus Pocus, the original. But she's in this movie, and her boyfriend starts kissing another girl, blah blah blah. It's such generic, trite, and trash. The dialogue and script here are so bad, and people were complaining that with Kills, but I don't think Kills had as bad of dialogue as this one does. I mean, it is just boring and cliche and just nothing. And I feel like when it's not the Michael Myers stuff, the direction here is really flat and just boring and not really great to watch. I don't know why I even liked this movie in the first place. I didn't hate it, but it just felt like a movie that added zero to the franchise's part of. And I think I enjoyed Kills because it added new stuff to the lore, and it was just a fun, dumb slasher movie. I mean, I enjoy it basically in the same way that I enjoy. Let me pull this out here. All the Friday the 13th movies. Dumb, nonsense, cotton candy, bullshit. That's how I enjoy it. That's where I'm at with this. Halloween Ends could probably be a dog shit movie. And as long as it isn't boring like this movie, I probably will enjoy it more. I'm so excited for Halloween Ends, though. You don't even know.